this is Pitch Go Black here, and welcome to Underworld Updates number 40. A sort of special in a way, because, well, I wasn't really planning this for Underworld Updates number 40, but as a kind of a special episode to celebrate 40 episodes, kind of somewhat unintentionally, I'm going to be showing you what I think is the most insane Doctor Who book bargain I have ever gotten. And this is coming from a person that found 14 target novelisations, all for 50p each, in a second-hand bookshop, including the Macro Terror Target paperback. So this is really saying something. Now, I just had a quick check for the prices of these books on eBay and Amazon, and one of them that I have here is £30 on eBay. There's 3 copies of another one that I have here on eBay for £30. Then there's one of the kind of third one that I got today on eBay for over £100. On Amazon, these books are like, one of them is £20, no, cheapest actually is £3, damn, that's a bit surprising. Another one is £18, another is £25. So I'm not completely sure on what the exact prices for these specific books are, but either way, I think this is an utterly crazy Doctor Who bargain, because I think I just got about close to £100 worth of Doctor Who books for only £12 in a charity shop. And this is literally the first charity shop I went to. These were in the window and I just snatched them up. I am just gobsmacked that I actually even have these in my collection. I didn't even think I'd get these in my collection. I thought these were like really rare books, but turns out the second one of these is quite common, but it appears, but price varies quite a bit by the seams of it. This is actually a Doctor Who book range I have never ever explored before, and these are the Doctor Who, the audio scripts from Big Finish. Yes, I found 4 of the audio scripts, Doctor Who books by Big Finish in a charity shop for only £4 each, £12 in total, which is just insane. I think these books here total at least almost £50, 40 to £50, maybe close to even 100, I'm not sure really, but either way, this just Doctor Who book bargain is like the craziest Doctor Who book bargain I think I've ever gotten, outbeating 14 target novelisations for 50p each, including the Macro Terror Target. Anyways, on to finally showcasing these beautiful Doctor Who books after almost 4 minutes of babbling about this insane bargain. First one I got out of these 3 that I found in the charity shops is actually the first one which was released from the range, which is Doctor Who the audio scripts. So for the cover art we have Doctor Who the audio scripts, the very best of Big Finish audio adventures, with the Big Finish logo down there, and coming out of this vortex in a nice kind of burst of light we have the TARDIS, £4 sticker, cover art. And then for the spine, if I move the camera back, we have Doctor Who the audio scripts, the very best of Big Finish audio adventures, Big Finish. And then for the back we have the picture again, the stories that are contained within this kind of book, barcode, cover illustration by Clayton Hickman, the original price which is £16, science fiction, bigfinish.co.uk, www.bigfinish.co.uk, Big Finish. And then for the kind of this writing here on the back, the audio adventures in this book are Loix, Groix, The Holy Terror, The Fires of Vulcan and Neverland. 4 of the most popular scripts in Big Finish's acclaimed range of original Doctor Who audio dramas, including exclusive introductions from the authors, full rehearsal scripts, including lost dialogue and scenes, notes from the directors, an early version of The Fires of Vulcan Part 1, featuring the character of Ace rather than Mel, the full-length uncut 4-part version of the 8th Doctor, and the full-length uncut 4-part version of the 8th Doctor adventure, Neverland. And then for the innards we have a bit about this book again, with a bit of text here. Doctor, first copyright Guff there, cover illustrated by Casey Hickman. The price again, which is $15.99, or the original price. The kind of book code number, Big Finish. Then for this kind of text here we have Doctor Who brand new audio adventures starring the BBC TV's most ever popular Time Lord. Since 1999, Big Finish Productions have produced regular, fully licensed, ongoing audio adventures for the Doctor and his companions on CD. Each full-part story stars members of the original Doctor Who cast in brand new adventures through time and space. Presented in this book are the most original scripts of 4 of Big Finish's most popular plays, 1 per Doctor. From the new run of 5th Doctor adventures starring Peter Davison comes Loips, penned by Mark Platt, who wrote the very last Doctor Who story made by BBC Television in 1989. Colin Baker returned as the 6th Doctor in The Holy Terror by award-winning playwright Robert Shearman, representing the 7th Doctor, played once again by Sylvester McCoy, is The Fires of Vulcan by acclaimed novelist Steve Lyons. Rounding this collection off is Neverland, the most recent 8th Doctor audio adventure. Not really. Featuring Paul McGann and authored by Doctor Who comic strip and writer and editor Alan Barnes. The scripts reprinted herein include dialogue and sequences missing from the finished releases, a must for every fan of the Doctor's timeless adventures. And then here we have Doctor Who the audio scripts, the very best of the Big Finish audio adventures, Big Finish. And then there we've got various copyright guff and the index. Contents of World Tracks and Werewolves by Nick Pegg, which I think is like an introduction. Then we have Loips and the Holy Terror indexing. Taste of My Own Medicine by Gary Russell from page 157. The indexing for The Fires of Vulcan and Neverland, and then appendix for The Fires of Vulcan Part 1 alternative version. And this book is in total is, with a few blank pages at the end, 310 pages. Then for the back we've just got pictures of the original audios released on CD, plus actual kind of synopsises on the audios. So for Loips, it says, featuring the 5th Doctor and Turlough, Germany 1958, the townspeople of College pronounced a sentence of death on a mass murderer who has stalked the countryside in the guise of a ferocious wolf. Russia 1812, retreating from Napoleon's invading forces. A merchant's daughter is rescued from bandits by a handsome partisan with a ravenous appetite. Brazil 2080, the Doctor and Turlough arrive for the Rio de Janeiro carnival. It is wealthy heiress Elena de Santos, all that she seems. What sinister ailments afflicts her invalid son, tended by the mysterious Dr. Hayashi, and who is exactly Rosa, engaged on the secret quest to fulfill destiny of her extinct tribe. The time is running out for Rosa, Elena and the Doctor, as the fearsome shadow of an ancient werewolf moves even closer. The Holy Terror, featuring the 6th Doctor and Frobisher, which is like this penguin companion that appeared in some of the Big Finish audio dramas. Only 2 I think, and a couple comics. The TARDIS lands in a foreboding castle in a time of religious upheaval. The old god has been overthrown, and all heretics are to be slaughtered. Obviously, it isn't the sort of thing which would happen there every day, just every few years or so. Soon after, the Doctor and Frobisher are hailed as messengers from heaven. They become vital to opposing factions in their struggle for power, but will they be merely the acolytes of the new order, or will they be made gods themselves? Evil is growing within the crypt, and the pair soon find out that they will be lucky to escape their new immortality with their lives. The Fires of Vulcan, featuring the 7th Doctor and Mel. 2,000 years ago, a cataclysmic volcano eruption wiped the Roman city of Pompeii from the face of the earth. It also buried the Doctor's TARDIS. Arriving in Pompeii one day before the disaster, the Doctor and Mel find themselves separated from their ship and entangled in local politics. With time running out, they fight to escape from the shadow of Mount Vesuvius. But how can they succeed when history itself is working against them? Neverland, featuring the ex-Doctor and Shani with Romana. The web of time is stretched to breaking. History is leaking like a sieve. In the citadel of Gallifrey, the Time Lords feared the end of everything that is, everything that was, everything that will be. The Doctor holds the Time Lords' only hope. But what lengths will the Celestial Intervention Agency go to in their efforts to retrieve something important from within his TARDIS? What has caused the Imperiatics, Romana Ratralunda, to declare war on the rest of creation? And can an old nursery rhyme about a monster called Zagreus really be coming true? The answers can be only found outside the bounds of the universe itself, in a place that history forgot, in the waste grounds of eternity, in Neverland. So yeah, I am pretty curious in reading this Doctor Who book. I don't think I have any script books at all in my Doctor Who collection at all. So this should be an extremely interesting read. Out of the Big Finish audio dramas themselves, I really don't know too much about Wipes Gripes, but from the synopsis it does sound really good and quite of a kind of a and maybe a bit of a gothic kind of horror story in a way. The Holy Terror I have heard is meant to be absolutely fantastic and is a fan favourite, so pretty curious to see what that's like. Flight of Vulcan, also pretty curious to see what that's like. I've heard that's absolutely fantastic as well. And then Neverland. I think Neverland is a bit of a Marmite kind of Big Finish audio. This is the only one that I actually have out of these 4 audios, and I personally really enjoyed it. Quite a good little setup to Zagreus. Had very nice kind of interesting continuity reference at the start of it, which was interesting. So yeah. But overall, I am really interested in reading this book. So there's the audio scripts volume 1. And now, kind of going in order now, we have the audio scripts volume 2. So on the cover we have Doctor Who, the audio scripts volume 2, more of the finest Big Finish audio adventures. And then for the cover art itself, in this kind of space, we have a planet which I'm assuming is either Gallifrey or Earth, probably Gallifrey. And then down here we have some of the Doctors. We have the 5th Doctor as played by Peter Davison, the 7th Doctor played by Sylvester McCoy, the 8th Doctor as played by Paul McGann, and the 6th Doctor, who is looking quite startled, as played by the 6th Doctor. And on the spine we have, if I was just to move the camera again, we have Doctor Who, the audio scripts volume 2, more of the finest Big Finish audio adventures, Big Finish. Then for the back we have kind of monochrome version of this TARDIS on the cover of volume 1, and there's kind of like monochrome pinky colour. The kind of audios that are contained within this, the kind of what is contained within this book, the kind of barcode. Cover illustration by Paul Burley, original price is $15.99, www.bigfinish.com, Big Finish. And now for this kind of text on the back. The Eye of the Scorpion, The One Doctor, Dust Breeding and Seasons of Fear are the audios within this set, none of which I have. 4 more of the most popular scripts and Big Finish's acclaimed range of original Doctor Who audio dramas, including exclusive introduction from the authors, full rehearsal scripts including annotated scenes and dialogue, notes from the director, an unmade episode featuring the Master, early drafts and storylines, initial story submissions. And for the innards we have a bit about more of the now here we have another kind of blurb. So for this kind of blurb we have so we've got the blurb here, then we've got various copyright Guff UK 1599, kind of the book code number and Big Finish. Brand new audio adventures starring BBC TV's ever popular Time Lord. Since 1999, Big Finish Productions have produced regular, fully licensed, ongoing audio adventures for the Doctor and his companions on CD. Each 4-part story stars members of the original Doctor Who cast and brand new adventures through time and space. Presented in this book are the original scripts for 4 of Big Finish's most popular stories, plus an essay by actress India Fisher, who plays Charlie Pollard. Representing the 5th Doctor adventures starring Peter Davison comes The Eye of the Scorpion, written by Ian McLaughlin, sorry if I've pronounced that wrong, and featuring the first appearance of new TARDIS traveller Irman. Colin Baker features as the 6th Doctor in the One Doctor, the award-winning romp by Gareth Roberts and Clayton Hickman. From the 7th Doctor run, with Sylvester McCoy is Dust Breeding by Mike Tucker, featuring the return of an old and deadly enemy, which is actually an enemy from the BBC PDA, Storm Harvest, which is a book. Rounding this collection off is Seasons of Fear, one of the most significant 8th Doctor audio adventures, featuring Paul McGann and penned by Pornell and Charlie Simcox. This collection also features a number of early storylines, an unmade episode and other features. Then for the kind of innards of this book, we have Doctor Who The Audio Scripts Volume 2, more of the finest Big Finish audio adventures, Big Finish. Then there we've got various copyright guff, and then the contents of this book. We have the indexing of Eye of the Scorpion, The One Doctor and Dust Breeding, something called Charlie Says by India Fisher, the indexing of Seasons of Fear, and the indexing of the appendices, editor's note, and start of the Eye of the Scorpion. Along with a few blank pages at the end. Oh no, with actually no blank pages at the end. This book is 332 pages long. And then for the back of the book we've got synopsises of the individual stories, which read off Eye of the Scorpion, featuring the 5th Doctor, Perry and Erinum. Egypt is in mourning. Pharaoh, the great god king, is dead. The future of the 2 kingdoms of Egypt is shrouded in uncertainty as the Council of Priests debates the claim to the throne of Pharaoh's only heir. Out in the desert and around Phoebus, Egypt's capital, a warlord chief is assembling an army of mercenaries, waiting for just the right moment to strike at Egypt's heart. But not all of Egypt's enemies are outside the city. What is the secret of the strange box discovered in the desert? When the TARDIS arrives nearby, it has apparently been hijacked by the Doctor, the One Doctor, featuring the 6th Doctor, and Mel. When the evil Skelioids, sounds like my kind of monster, launch an attack upon the 17 worlds of the Generous system, its peace-loving inhabitants face total destruction. So it's lucky the Doctor and the famous traveller in time and space is in the area, and that he, along with his pretty young assistant Sally Ann, managed to defeat the deadly creatures and save the day. But now it looks like the Doctor's luck has run out. Who is the mysterious curly-haired stranger intent on causing trouble? What role does the feisty red-haired Mullane play in his scheme? And what have they to do with the sinister alien cylinder approaching Genorios? One thing is for certain, the Doctor and Sally Ann, there's deadly danger ahead. Dust Breeding, featuring the 7th Doctor and Ace. On 19th century Earth, artist Edvard Munch hears an infinite stream pass through nature. Centuries later, his painting of that stream hangs in a gallery on the barren dust world, Dutchamp 331. Why is there a colony of artists on a planet that is little more than a glorified garage? Why is the event that the passengers of the huge opulent pleasure cruiser gallery are hoping to see, and what is hidden in the crates that litter the cargo hold? The Doctor's diary indicates that the painting is about to be destroyed in mysterious circumstances. When he and Ace arrive on Dutchamp 331, those circumstances are well underway. Seasons of Fear, featuring the 8th Doctor and Charlie. On New Year's Eve 1930, the Doctor lets Charlie keep her appointment at Raffles Hotel in Singapore, but his unease at what he's done to time by saving her soon turns into fear. Sebastian Grail, immortal, obsessed Ruthless has come to the city to meet the Time Lord. The Doctor is a complete stranger but to Grail the Doctor is an old enemy. The Doctor and Charlie desperately search human history for the secret of Grail's power and immortality. The quest takes in 4 different time periods: the Hellfire Club, the Court of Edward the Confessor, and the Time Vortex itself. And when the monsters arrive, the stakes are raised from the life and of one Time Lord to the existence of all humanity. Now, for all of that out of the way, out of these audios, I haven't really heard too much about them. I think I haven't really heard anything at all on the Eye of the Scorpion and the One Doctor. I'm not too sure about Dust Breeding either, to be honest, but I think Dust Breeding is meant to be really good. But out of the two, I'm definitely looking forward to Dust Breeding and Seasons of Fear, particularly Seasons of Fear, because that appears to have some sort of kind of like cult-like things in it, with like the Hellfire Club and stuff. As I am into kind of like the paranormal and stuff, as I've said with my Romance of Crime review. So yeah, I am very curious in kind of giving this book a read, particularly Seasons of Fear and Dust Breeding. I think I've heard Seasons of Fear is meant to be pretty bad though, and I've also heard that I think if you're like really into your art and whatnot, I think Dust Breeding is meant to be really good if you're into your art and stuff, and I am into my art, so that should be quite an interesting read. And now for the final Doctor Who book in this lot, which I think is the rarest one out of this lot, and this one here actually compiled an entire saga of Big Finish, a quadrilogy they did to kind of close off the first 50 monthly range audios. I am of course talking about the Villains trilogy, which is Omega, Davros, Master and Zagreus. So now let's take a little look at this book. Really nice looking Doctor Who book in my opinion. So we have Doctor Who The Audio Scripts Volume 4, more of the finest Big Finish audio adventures. Then for the cover art itself is really kind of striking. And this kind of like black kind of starry nebula here, which kind of resembles the shape of a planet. We have Omega from the Arc of Infinity, Davros from Resurrection of the Daleks, and the Decayed Master from Master. And what I really like about this is that they've kind of appear to have reused the kind of light burst kind of effects from the actual cover of Master, which is no, it actually is reused from all of the kind of Villains audios apart from Zagreus, which is really nice. But yeah, that's a really nice kind of attention to detail. Then now we've got the 5th Doctor, Sylvester McCoy. We've got the 5th Doctor as played by Peter Davidson, the 7th Doctor as played by Sylvester McCoy, the 8th Doctor as played by Paul McGann, and the 6th Doctor as played by Colin Baker. So there we go. And on the spine, as you can see, this is quite a chunky Doctor Who book in comparison to the other ones. As you can see, there's the Volume 2. We have Doctor Who, which looks kind of oddly pixelated in comparison to this compared to the other two. Maybe mine's just a misprint, I don't know. The Audio Scripts Volume 4, more of the finest Big Finish audio adventures, Big Finish. And then for the back we have that kind of bluey TARDIS again from the cover of Volume 1, but this time in kind of a monochrome blue. Then we have Omega, Master, Davros and Zagreus. And then there we've got the barcode cover illustration by Red Ink. Original UK price was 8, which was £17.99. Science fiction, www.bigfinish.com, Big Finish. 4 more of the most popular, scripts from Big Finish's acclaimed range of original Doctor Who audio dramas, including introduction to each script by the author, full rehearsal scripts, annotated scenes and cut dialogue, original outlines and more. And now for the innards, we have, still loving this cover, just beautiful cover. We have miscellaneous copyright stuff. Here the cover illustration was by again, which is by Red Ink. UK £17.99. The book code and the Big Finish logo. And then for this kind of bit of text we have brand new audio adventures starring the BBC TV's ever popular Time Lord. Let's move that back a bit. Since 1999, Big Finish Productions has produced regular, fully licensed, ongoing audio adventures for the Doctor and his companions on CD. Each four-part story stars members of the original Doctor Who cast. Features... where was I? No, each four-part story stars members of the original Doctor Who cast in brand new adventures through time and space. Sorry about that pause there. Each four-part story stars members of the original Doctor Who cast in a brand new adventures through time and space. Presented in this book are the original scripts of 4 of Big Finish's most popular stories, 3 adventures which made up a loose trilogy of returning villain stories, and Big Finish's 2003 anniversary special, Zagreus. Peter Davison starred in Omega, penned by Dead Ringers writer Nev Fountain. The story saw the return of the misguided Time Lord, played by Ian Collier. Lance Parkin's Davros matched Colin Baker's Doctor against Terry Malloy's incarnation of the Daleks' creator. From the 7th Doctor run is Master, written by Joseph Lidster and starring Sylvester McCoy and Jeffrey Beavers. Rounding off this collection is Zagreus, Big Finish's contribution to Doctor Who's 40th anniversary. The play not only saw a pivotal chapter in the ongoing 8th Doctor story arc, it also brought together many Big Finish's regular Doctor Who actors: Peter Davison, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy, Paul McGann, and many more. Interesting choice of words there, and many more. And then for the owners we have various, nope, not yet. We have Doctor Who, the audio scripts, Volume 4, more of the finest Big Finish audio adventures, Big Finish. There we've got various copyright guff. Content, the indexing of Omega, Davros, Master and Zagreus, and then the appendices, and then we've got an editor's note and the start of Omega. And then for the kind of main thing of this book, it goes on for 406 pages, but also has some also available ones as well. So also available we have Doctor Who, the audio scripts, Volume 1 and Volume 2, also which are the ones I just showed you, and also Volume 3, which contains spare parts, the Spectre of Lanyon Moor, the Rapture and the Chimes of Midnight. Also includes an introduction to the Spectre of Lanyon Moor by Colin Baker, and also available Dalek Empire, the scripts. All 8 scripts in Big Finish's Dalek Empire and Dalek War series also includes a foreword by Mark Donnell. Hopefully I'll be able to track down those books sometime soon, but they are quite rare, so I doubt I will. Either that I would have to part with a lot of money or get really lucky in a charity shop again. Then there we have advertisements for Big Finish short trip books, Zodiac, Companions, A Universe of Terrors, The Muses, Steel Skies, Past Tense, Life Science, Repercussions, Monsters, 2040, A Christmas Treasury, and coming soon, 7 Deadly Sins and A Day in the Life. Then we have other books available from Big Finish, Need Audio Adventures, The Inside Story, StarQuest, the StarQuest Trilogy by Terrance Dicks, not sure what that is, Anthologies, a series of short story novella collections featuring stories by popular authors, Professor Beneath Summerfield and the Dead Men Diaries, Professor Beneath Summerfield, A Life of Surprises, Professor Beneath Summerfield, Life During Wartime, Professor Beneath Summerfield, A Life Worth Living, and Professor Beneath Summerfield, A Life in Paris. Then for novels we have all Beneath Summerfield novels actually, Professor Beneath Summerfield and the Doomsday Manuscript, and The Gods of the Underworld, and The Squire's Crystal, and The Infernal Nexus, and The Glass Prison, and The Big Hunt. www.bigfinish.com. And then for the back, oh no, we've got a blank page here, more space for autographs I guess, and then at the back here we have the synopsises for each story, plus kind of the kind of original kind of covers of the original audio dramas, but with the kind of cover with the kind of text edited out. And now for the kind of synopsises. Omega, featuring the Fifth Doctor. A strange telepathic message prompts the Doctor to travel to the sector of forgotten... Sorry about that, my camera cut on me. Travel to the sector of forgotten souls, a place where thousands of years ago, Omega's ship vanished whilst detonating a star. He's not the only one journeying towards it. Joy Corandays prides itself on giving the tourists an experience of a galactic history that is far better than mere time travel. Its motto is, "We don't go into history, we prefer to bring history to you." When Omega's ship suddenly materializes in front of their shuttle, and one of their employees goes insane and tries to destroy his hands, suddenly it's not just a motto anymore, and Omega and his madness is closer than they think. Davros, featuring the Sixth Doctor. TAI stock has shot up over 15% on news that Galaxy-famous scientist Davros, controversial creator of the Daleks, has been hired to work on unspecific technological projects. Davros has been given the chance to redeem himself. Humanity stands on the verge of a new era, but it needs the help of the greatest galaxy's ever scientist. The Davros is dead, isn't he? From the bunkers and shelters of ancient Skaro to the gleaming domes of the future Earth Empire, Davros has always been a man of destiny. Now he's working for mankind's benefit. But how much do we really know about Davros? Has Davros really turned over a new leaf? The Doctor certainly doesn't think so. But is the Doctor always right? Master, featuring the Seventh Doctor. Many years ago, on a dark and stormy night, the disfigured and enigmatic Dr. John Smith invited his closest friends, Inspector Victor Schaffer and his wife Jacqueline, to a dinner to celebrate his birthday. A few hours later, all the occupants in that house had been changed. Some were dead, others mentally scarred forever by the events of that night. So what happened to the distinguished dinner guests on that evening? Perhaps we will never know, but two clues have led to much speculation. Perhaps we will never know, but two clues... I just repeated that line, didn't I? Found outside the study window, a charred umbrella with a curved red handle, and found inside the house a bloodstained copy of Stevenson's The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. For one person, this night represented an ending to 1,000 years of darkness, and an ending to 10 years of light. But for everyone else, is there no ending of this one night of hell? Zagreus, featuring the Eighth Doctor and Charlie. Zagreus sits inside your head. Zagreus lives among the dead. Zagreus sees you in your bed and eats you when you're sleeping. Kinky. Zagreus... Why the fuck did I say that? Zagreus at the end of days. Zagreus lies all other ways. Zagreus comes when times are made and all of history's weeping. Zagreus taking time apart. Zagreus fears the hero heart. Zagreus seeks the final part. Take the reward that he is reaping. Zagreus sings when all is lost. Zagreus takes all that he is crossed. Zagreus wins and all it cost. The hero's heart he's keeping. Zagreus seeks the hero's ship. Zagreus needs the web to rip. Zagreus sips the time to drip. And life aside, he's sweeping. So once again, I am very looking forward to reading this Doctor Who book, apart from Zagreus, because quite frankly the only way to enjoy Zagreus, in my opinion, is, well, a fuck ton, and I do mean a fuck ton of LSD. Omega and Davros and Master, I really looking forward to in reading. I don't know too much about Omega, to be honest, but Davros and Master are meant to be absolutely fantastic audio dramas, so I'm really looking forward to experiencing those Doctor Who audio scripts. And that finally concludes Underworld Updates number 40. which I think may have been my which showcase what I think may have been my craziest Doctor Who bargain I have ever had in a charity shop. 3 very rare Doctor Who the audio scripts books that total about £45 to £50 on Amazon for only £4 each, which is utterly insane. So I am extremely happy to add these Doctor Who books to my collection. Script books are one Doctor Who realm of merchandise I have not really picked up before. I don't think I've got any script books in my collection, so it's going to be an extremely interesting read, these Doctor Who books, and I'm very interested about definitely reading some of the scripts of these. I'm very interested in reading the kind of scripts for these Doctor Who audio dramas. I think the ones I'm most looking forward to would be Dust Breeding, Seasons of Fear, maybe Luke's Gorix as well. I think I'm looking forward to reading all of them really, apart from Zagreus, to be honest, because the only way to enjoy that story is LSD in my opinion. But anyway, so like, favorite, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I know I'm kind of jumping on kind of TJ Productions and Gallifrey Falls No More's kind of shoulders quite a bit here, but I think a Doctor Who book collection update is coming pretty soon, because I mean this just more than just kind of warrants a book collection update. I mean this just adds a whole new level to my collection, and maybe even one day I'll do an in-depth Doctor Who collection on my Big Finishes, like the actual Big Finish short strip books I have and the audio script books I have here, and also even the audio dramas itself, and I'll even take a look at the Davros collection box set, which I also have. So yeah, I think I'll probably do that along with a book collection sometime soon. So yeah, but anyways, this video has gone on long enough. So like, favorite, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Pitch Cold Black, dematerializing.